All right, our next guest and person of interest this morning is one of the youngest and only woman MD and CEO of an asset management company in India. She's also a new mum and she's now popular as a Shark Tank guest as well.
She says that when she called herself the girl with the broken neck, she reclaimed her identity. That's something she said years ago. She's now become popular as that. And you would have guessed who we're talking about by now. We're talking about Radhika Gupta. Let's go over to her. Radhika, thank you for joining us here on TBC. At 40, you are, as we just told our audiences, the only woman CEO in the 54 trillion mutual fund industry. It's huge, but to top it off, you are Managing Director and CEO of Edelweiss MF, which has assets under management of 1.16 trillion rupees. We have to ask you, what is the secret, if you can just boil it down for us, of this very, very impressive CV?
You know, by the way, I don't feel so young as 40. I think the media makes me sound younger at 40 than I am. I think there is no secret. I think the secret is taking every opportunity that comes your way and giving it the best shot you can. And when you do that, more opportunities come your way. I really think that's the secret to compounding in life, is taking every ball that's thrown at you. Now, it may be a bad ball, not the optimal ball. You may not have the best bat, but with whatever you have, make the most of every opportunity. And once you do, you just see more and more opportunities come to me. And I always say I'm a bit like Alice in Wonderland, right? I'm amazed at the kind of opportunities that just keep coming my way.
Right. Radhika, you are a poster girl now of don't judge a book by its cover. But this was not always the case, right? And even rare for somebody who has a broken neck. You've been very vocal about, now there are lots of accolades in your life, but back then even your college placements you could not get. How did you deal with rejection in situations like these? So competent but not given a chance.
Yeah, and I think the reason I'm vocal about it is because I feel that my experience is the experience of many young Indians, many young people, especially many young Indians who are great students, but you know, for whatever reasons, we have our own share of challenges, internal, our own struggles with self-confidence. And for some people, especially women, it's looks, but it can be for men also. For some people, it's just this challenge to speak the language. For some people, it's socio-economic. So, lack of self-confidence is a problem that all of us face. Rejection, by the way, is a problem all of us will face in India, because you've got 140 crore people, and chances are you will be rejected at something in life, some job, some project, some romance, some civil services, something. And it's not that I've cracked the secret to this. I mean, I still get rejected for small things in life and I still feel sad about it. But I think the key when you're young is to realize that nothing is the end of the world and the doors don't close. I mean, the door that we think closes, but many other doors are open, and you just have to have an open mind. So I think Federer had a beautiful speech that just went viral at Dartmouth College, where he said, you know, even in athletes, the greatest are not those who think that they will not fail. They know that they'll fail, but they just cope, and they're getting better with failures.
Yeah.
So, cut to so many years later, you've now aced the professional front, more than aced it, and you've also become a mother. And we do see often, sometimes, you'll have women cutting back on work after giving birth, because understandably, it's something that you don't want to be double tasking on, but you've taken on more work. How do you manage?
Yeah, so I was CEO before I became mom, but yeah, I think the scale of what I've done has expanded a lot. In fact, perhaps the best few years for Edelweiss Mutual Fund started when I was pregnant in terms of profitability. I don't think I've won as many awards in life as I have since I was pregnant. So, and I took on AMFI Vice Chairman. I mean, there's just tons of stuff. In fact, I took on AMFI Vice Chairman when I was 2 months pregnant. I credit my ecosystem a lot, because my mother has consciously told me, she's like, you are pregnant, and she's someone who gave up her career a little bit and stepped back when we were kids to
Wow.
raise us. And she's like, you will not do that. So she's like, there's no opportunity you will not pursue. And I think between my parents, they have been so supportive. I mean, my father never stayed with me for more than 3 days or came alone to Bombay without my mom, but he just did when I needed him. I traveled to the US at 9 months when my son was 9 months, to receive an alumni award and to do a week of fundraising. My husband was like, "Oh, I will handle everything."
Yeah. Radhika, can I take you back in time slightly? And there was a picture that you had posted when you just come out of your maternity leave. It was your CEO's cabin, and there was a baby Matt and a baby out there. And that image really stayed with me. And you wrote that why can't women have it all? Why can't women be CEOs and moms both? But you know, I have to bring in a bit of a reality check here. That you could do that because you're a CEO. So many women, typically when they become mothers, biological clock, etc., they're in middle management at that level, and they don't know whether or not they're going to, it's a make or break situation for them. They do not have the kind of perks, and they end up paying the motherhood tax. What's your take on that?
I think all of us pay a different kind of motherhood tax. So, yes, there are very few mom CEOs, and there are very few people, and I'm not going to say I'm not privileged. Okay, the only thing I would say is the challenges are different, right? When you are a CEO, you've obviously had kids later. So I had kids at 39, 40. Now, most women have kids at 30, 20, 28, 29, 30, when they've not risen as much up the corporate ladder. The disadvantage of having kids at 39, 40 is I went through 2 miscarriages, and the body and energy, and even your parents are not as energetic. So life is very different at 40. The perks of it, however, is, if you call those perks, is that, I am a CEO, I have a certain set of resources that are higher. I mean, if I had a kid 10 years ago, I didn't have the resources that I have today. The other challenge is that, I do have the responsibilities of a CEO, so it's a tad harder to take 6 months maternity leave when you're the CEO of a 1.4 lakh crore institution. So I think each situation, all of us pay a different kind of tax. It's not I don't pay tax, my tax is different from your tax, and I don't know if I like the word tax, but finally I think motherhood is a beautiful experience. It's a beautiful experience, it's a chaotic experience, whether you're a CEO, whether you're not a CEO, whether you are a mother at 40 or whether you're a mother at 30.
Radhika, can we take that previous question of yours and tie it into this next one? If you had to design something, because you're known for your sharp financial insights, if you had to design something for young mothers or give investment advice to young moms, what would that be?
So my first advice is, even before you become a mom, for all women, please do not stay out of the financial situation of your house, and I could go on and on about that. Having been in this industry for 17 years, I can't tell you the number of stories I've seen, and I feel women have all the brains and smarts and hard work to get something as simple as finance right, and there are so many resources out there, but they just don't do it because they think they can outsource it to someone else. And my request is, don't outsource it. And boss, if you're a mother, there's nothing you can do. I mean, you've cut up your stomach to give birth to someone. You think you can't handle investing in mutual funds? Of course you can, right? There's nothing mothers are not capable of. So that's my first blanket advice to women.
Right, Radhika, but I have to say, you seem to have it all together. Do you falter? Can you share a moment where you sort of couldn't balance it?
Okay, this is embarrassing. I have been in the middle of road shows. I've been traveling like nuts, like different city every few days, and it was my son's birthday party, 2-year-old. This is the first time I've done a birthday party, and AMC NFO is easier than a birthday party. Okay, so I'm a debutant birthday party. He likes his construction vehicles and JCBs and all. So I got him a themed cake. I got myself and everyone outfits. I got a decorator. I got JCB balloons, JCB return gifts. I was perfect. When the kids came, everyone was having fun. We were cutting the cake. I realized I had forgotten to buy candles. And so I have a lot of like bed and bath candles in the house. I brought one itna bada candle and just put it next to the cake. Someone was like, "You forgot candles." I was like, "Yes, the mommy forgot candles, but it's all."
All right, you might have forgotten candles, but you're shining a light on so many other women out there. Thank you so much, Radhika, for sharing your story and being such an inspiration for all of us. Thanks so much. All right, moving on now, and this time